Did I or did I not say January was gonna be Batman month? Doubt me again, and I'll onomatopoeia your ass. The Batman has started shooting in London, and because it is 2020 with everyone having a camera, set photos are leaking of our Gotham City. So what I'm going to be doing here for you guys is breaking down those photos along with possibly our first look at the Penguin. That and so much more, so be sure you guys are leaving a bat like down below, because every time I talk about leaked set photos, Warner Brothers be coming at me and taking down videos. So like I said, in London right now, they're beginning to shoot this film and set photos are beginning to leak. We are getting one almost every other minute. So by the time I post this, Robert Pattinson's suit could leak online. But what we've gotten so far is the first look at some of the vehicles in Gotham City. Now this has sparked up huge debate between fans because like I've said in my previous Batman updates, if you want to follow along on the channel, the movie was set to take place in the 90s. And when looking at these vehicles, they look very old. They could fit that 90s aesthetic in my opinion. But with the Gotham news van right there saying HD, fans are debating when HD was used in news broadcasting. It was invented in the early 90s, it still could fit in, but let's say it wasn't taking place in the 90s and this is still what the Gotham City cars and vehicles, taxis, this is freaking perfect. Because in modern day, if Gotham City really is this trash town filled with criminals and the city being corrupted and not really caring and Batman is there to clean it up, it would make complete sense that this is how nasty and dirty their police vehicles look. Even looking at some of the details on these cars that you can see the paint chipping off, that you can tell these cars are old, that is a nice feel and lets you know that this police department is not getting the funding it needs to fight some of the criminals in this town. So even if this doesn't take place in the 90s like we had believed, this is still a good idea for present time because it lets you know how downhill Gotham City is. If you zoom into that taxi, we do get to see our city lining up of Gotham. It looks pretty nice and some of the buildings they're filming in front of really give me that gothic architecture that I'm hoping for. Some of these next round of photos are Gotham City policemen. Now what this scene is, I believe, is the opening of the movie. Because as you may have heard, if you're keeping up with the Bat updates here on this channel, this Batman movie is set to be based off The Long Halloween, which follows a murder in Gotham that Batman must solve. And I don't know about you, but police cars, a bunch of news stations, cops everywhere, that seems to me as the beginning murder that leads the Batman onto this investigation where he will find out who is responsible for this. And if we take the surrounding buildings into account, it looks like it might be the mayor of Gotham City who has perished. And this would be a big news story in Gotham because, well, it's the mayor. Of course, Batman is going to want to solve this and get justice for it as to bring peace to his town. And speaking on the Batman, that might be him right there on that motorcycle. Again, taking part how that motorcycle seems to be old school, but a person completely covered from head to toe riding on his motorcycle to the crime scene. That seems like a Batman thing to do to get his first-hand knowledge on what's going on in this crime scene. Who knows if that's actually Robert Pattinson under all that? That could be one of his stuntmen or a stand-in until Robert Pattinson shows up on set. But that seems like a very Batman thing to do. Well, there's a crime scene, let me get on my motorcycle, drive up there if anyone asks me. Yo, I'm just driving to get some bakery. Gotham City bakery. But the photo right now that is getting the most attention out of all of these is this individual in a raincoat with an umbrella that heavily resembles something like the Penguin. Now, like I said, if you've been keeping up with the Bat news on this channel, it is Colin Farrell who is up and running to play the Penguin. He's the only one that hasn't been confirmed. Usually when someone is confirmed, Matt Reeves tweets out a picture of them and welcomes them to the cast. And even though we know for sure the character of the Penguin is set to be in this movie because Jonah Hill was going to play him, but he wanted $10 million for the role, and that was double what they were paying Batman in this movie. They went ahead and let him go, and it seems to be Colin Farrell's role. If you look at this, man, it's very blurry. It's not a great picture, but that looks like Colin Farrell to me. Just look at those eyebrows, man. Colin Farrell has strong eyebrow game, and that seems to be him. Even some closer shots of them where you still can't make out the face, but if you look at the nose, that seems to be like a person is wearing a fake nose, so that could be drawing the confusion between fans that it doesn't completely resemble Colin Farrell, but it would make sense that they would maybe give him a prosthetic nose because the Penguin has a very iconic looking nose. Join the nose gang, Penguin. Or the obvious, this could just be a random dude in London where it happens to rain a lot who has an umbrella, sees a murder, and is like, yo, what's going on here? But I doubt that to be the case. If this is the Penguin indeed, pretty suspicious that he's right there to be the first one at the crime scene. The Penguin has been known to want to be the mayor of Gotham. He would have strong motivation to get rid of the current mayor so that he could start running, much like he was trying to do in Batman Returns. And also, if we take a closer look at this look, they're definitely going for a newer Penguin look, much like in the comic books. I do believe this is Colin Farrell. I need you guys to let me know down below if you think it is or it isn't. But with all these Batman set photos leaking, it is only a matter of time before we get the official HD high quality look at Batman himself in his suit. I'm starting to get worried that they might wait and see if anyone will leak it, then they'll go ahead and put out the picture. I would really hate for our first look of the Batman suit to be a grainy 80 feet away photo, but they're not really doing a good job of hiding on set. It looks like they're just letting anybody go ahead and put photos. So maybe they're doing the smart thing by giving themselves free promotion. It's like, hey, you guys want to see the Batman? Here you go, spread it around for us. But I'm telling you, by the end of January, we are definitely getting a look at that suit, and I can't wait to see what that thing looks like, man. So definitely go ahead and let me know down below what you thought of these set photos. If you think that is the Penguin right there, played by Colin Farrell, what do you make out of the scenario? What time period do you think it is? Who do you think is the victim in these photos? Anything and everything, you guys go ahead and leave your thoughts down below. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.